So, thinking about lateral control and how we start this, if I get you to come on in, William. Bring her on over. There. In fact, you just have a little sit on her and I'll practice with Trevor. Right. Lateral control. Now, we're thinking about using a stick to send a horse away. The concept of bringing the horse to is one that's a little alien to us. Now, what we're going to work on is if I put Trevor next to the side of the school. Woo-woo. That's a good boy. And if I was to annoy him with a stick and he stepped towards it, I'd stop that annoyance. So this is Blue Peter. Here's one we prepared earlier. Now, if I can control the nose by slowing it down and speeding up the quarters, I can get, see if he goes the wrong place, I keep annoying him. When he goes to the right place, I stop annoying. Wrong place, annoying. Right place, not annoying. And this is him trying what's the comfortable here. So I'll leave him alone again, because he's got to have time to think. Any horse has got to have time to think about the pros, the cons, the do's, the don'ts, the rights, the wrongs. So we both draw breath, him too, physically and emotionally, and I hold the stick out. Oh, see how he changed his mind? Good boy, I'll leave him alone again. There has to be a moment of comfort for the horse for them to understand what it is that we're looking for. Even if it looks odd, feels odd, once they start to work it out, so he starts to think, right, if I come towards the stick, think if I was, I'm not going to get on him, but if you can imagine that I was stood on a mountain block, the main problem that we have when we're getting on a horse, if it's going to be a little iffy about being got on, it's going to swing away. So my attitude is, can you bring it back? Because it's the speed of the correction that impresses the horse, not the strength of the correction. If we fall into the trap of using strength, we will fail. Or if we don't fail, it won't be consistent. So he's got time to stand and think about that again. So I'll go back down here again. Good boy. So I'm looking for the clarity in it. The stick is the use to guide the horse and to ask for his hips to speed up. So if I got myself to a mountain block, good boy. So this is the countermeasure. This is what I was talking about earlier, that if you find a countermeasure to the horse's behavior or its actions against a certain situation, whether it's loading, leading, handling, schooling, jumping, whatever it is, if you can find the countermeasure, which is to deal with the ability to brace and use size, speed, and strength against you, this generally comes at its worst when they're under pressure. Now, pressure is emotional pressure. Something's flown out the bushes. Something's got animated. Something I have no control over. For an instance, a few years back, I went for a hack on one of my horses, and I'm hacking out there, and I hadn't realized that that weekend there'd been a steam rally engine fair. And coming up the road to me was 2 steam engines. And I heard them and felt them before I saw them, because the road was rumbling, and the toot-toot, and the steam, and chuff-chuff-chuff. Oh, my God. That was not on the list of things that I would have to face up to on my horse that I thought I should train for. So I don't know what I'm really training for, but I'm going to always predict that I'm going to train for the unexpected. The more control you have, the better. So he now sees that standing on that spot is the easy. I haven't had to tell him that. I've explained it through comfort and discomfort. So if he moves, I can quickly go, oh, you moved the wrong place. That's a good boy. Oh, even so. Just enough of an annoyance so they want to change. Good boy. So making sure we don't ignore the other side. Now we can start to think about how we can control each hind foot from the same side. Once the hind limb is fully extended away from me, now, 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 now. I'm asking for the off hind. Here's the trick. Come on. Good boy. Now, I'm going to control the near hind. Now, 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 now. Now, this is something that we see as odd because the horse is coming to the stick. If I was riding a horse, the stick is not to make the horse go forward, it's to make the horse come underneath you, to come together. Does somebody want to help me with the description of this? Right. Are you the arena party? You're unfortunate because you're the first in the line. So could I borrow you for a second? Come on, someone as young as you may be able to jump over the fence. There we go. Here's the description of what... Come on. Right. So I'm going to show you what I mean. If I get you to stand and face the audience, your name? Louise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Louise. She's going to be my assistant for the next few minutes. Now, when we're thinking of tapping a horse to move it, it's the timing of the release of the tap that makes the horse think, or it makes it understand what part I've needed. So we're going to go through a little experiment here. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder, like that, and I'd like you to experiment by putting one foot forward, then back. That's it, and then back again. 1 foot to the right, 1 foot to the left, and then 1 foot back. Okay, so that's the experimentation of direction. So you're going to tell me which direction that I want. So we've got to start off. You experiment. Good. Which direction do I want you to go in? Say again? Right. Try again. Quickly this time. So, that's it. So that hasn't worked. That hasn't worked because you're trying to get me to stop using this stick. That hasn't worked. What worked? It's going backwards. So if you were going to start to select that, you can select the direction once the annoyance is in place. Because it's annoying, isn't it? Oh, don't worry, it's only going to last for an hour a day for the rest of your life. Think about annoying your horses. You've got to get it clear. So rather than annoying. So now, if I was to do this, are you going to eliminate all those other options and try backwards first? Yeah, so that feels like the most sensible thing to do. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm doing it because I have to, or you're making me. Do you know what? There's a little bit of discomfort in my life, and it's quite annoying. Even that's more annoying, isn't it? Hey, yeah, really annoying. Yeah, let's find the soft spot there. So the more you move that foot, so then I start to give you the chance to say, here's the stick. I'm going to use it. So would you like to stop me using it? There we go. Fillies are always harder than colts. So then I give you the chance. Here it's coming. Here it's oh, good. But you've got to take the annoyance or the discomfort away. You cannot taunt them and go, ha, 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 ha. Come on, you're going to do as you're told. That just causes conflict. So that's the analogy. The tapping causes the discomfort to try options. And when the option that you want comes through, you take the pressure off, which is annoying. The horse goes, ah, that makes perfect sense. So your next job is to get it to happen. Come on. Come with me. Right. If you hold the rope there in your left hand, stick in right hand, and away you go. Yeah? And keep walking. Backwards. Backwards. You walk backwards. That way. That's it. You keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, a bit more confident. Keep going. He'll go with you. He'll go with you. There. So this is the start of lateral control of the hind feet. It's also, with young horses, pre-backing, an introduction to lateral work. If he wasn't facing the fence, that's shoulder in. How many times when you've had young horses and it's that time of their life where they've got to step towards being a little bit more lateral? It's hard work. It takes weeks. I find this takes 2 or 3 sessions, 15 to 20 minutes at a time, so it's time efficient to get the point across. Swap over and go the other way and have a try at that one. So this is where he can be handed over. That's it. So once you get moving, you can walk backwards. That's it. Slow him down with his nose. Just hold his nose. Tap the quarters. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Now take the stick away, because you've got to move the stick away, because that's the relief of comfort. Not the relief of comfort, that's the relief. Push his nose away. See, New Forest and Ponies. Okay. And keep going, but take the stick away. Take the stick away. Move it away from him. Put a gap between him and the stick. That's it. Because you've got to give them a space to walk into. Feels a bit weird to start with, doesn't it? But this is where you can start to get that amount of lateral control. There we go. You've been brilliant. Thank you very much. So, it's one. I'll have another little play down here. Come on. Right. So it starts to get control specifically of the area that you want. But you see, that's engagement. Real engagement.